Falcon fans, and of course, you spooky Falcon fans. You already know what it is. You already know what to do. One time for the fan. We back talking Falcons football on Halloween. Apple Podcast, Spotify Podcast, Amazon Podcast. Big shout out to everybody in the chat. It's going down in a major way, man. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to y'all. T Will, former ATO Sports, one time for the fan, is in the building. Miss Carrie is back again talking to Atlanta Falcons football one time for the fan. How is everybody doing on the panel? Let's go to Miss Carrie first. Carrie, how you doing on this Halloween Friday?
Yeah, I'm doing good. Happy Halloween, guys. Excited to talk Falcons with y'all.
That's right. That's right. Big shout out to Miss Carrie here talking Falcons football. T Will's here one time for the fan, former ATO Sports. I'm a Falcons fan today. I know y'all probably looking for the costume. You didn't dress up as such and such. You didn't want to be Michael Myers. No, I'm a Falcon fan. That's what I am, 24/7, pretty much. So this is my outfit for today. T Will, what is your outfit for today, sir? What we got over here?
I'm a Falcon fan as well, Jack. They say great minds think alike. So, I woke up this morning, but you know what? Jack? I'm a winning Falcon fan.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Tough to be the past couple of weeks, but
right.
I have hope that this week our Falcons get it together and discover it's okay to win when you're not playing at home.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, man. But yeah, I came dressed as a Falcons fan.
Well, we're not playing in Salem, Massachusetts, but we are playing in Foxborough. So some scary times are ahead. Hopefully not for too much of the Atlanta Falcons between 1 o'clock and 4 o'clock. They go up there in New England and get the job done. But we don't want no witchcraft, none of that Blair Witch stuff going on up there in Foxborough or, out there in Scaryland where Bill Belichick and that guy number 12, laid their mark for so many years. They're not out there no more, T. Will.
They're not
out there no more. They got new quarterback, new head coach. There's a lot going on up there. I think the Atlanta Falcons will go up there and take care of business. Years ago, it was definitely a tough time if you would have went up there and played in New England with those two being up there. But they don't have them no more.
They don't.
Right?
That's the word on the street.
So the former scary times can turn to some real good times. I know the chat is live. The chat is lit. Big shout out to everybody in the chat. Season ticket holders, rep your section here in the chat. Also, where are you watching the show? Where are you listening to the show? Big shout out to everybody that's tuned in from Facebook, from YouTube, from Twitter, from everywhere, man. Shout out to you all. We got a lot to talk about today on One Time for the Fan. We're going to go over a little bit about, pretty much recap what we talked about on Wednesday. What went wrong versus the Dolphins. Because last night, that was a scary shit show what I saw from the Miami Dolphins. And I don't understand. I don't understand how the Falcons lost to this team that played against the Ravens last night. That was truly an embarrassing Thursday night performance from the Miami Dolphins. Who even knows if Mike McDaniels even makes it through the weekend? I know they said last week they're going to go ahead and keep him, but Carrie, if we can get to you before we get to the fans in the stands, what did you think about last night watching the Dolphins versus the Ravens?
I mean, it was just another reminder that the loss on Sunday at the Benz was inexcusable. I mean, this is exactly who the Dolphins have been all season. Okay, like this is not a shocker that they just got blown out at home against the Ravens. They've been this way all season. They just got blown out to one of the worst teams in the league the week before against the Browns. This is who they are. So it just was a reminder that that loss was inexcusable. I'm sorry. I know a few people tried to tell me on Twitter, oh, Falcons have injuries and, I'm basically overblowing the loss. No, I'm sorry. Everybody talks about next man up. We still have so much talent on this team, regardless of, players that we're missing. I really don't want to hear that excuse because even the players that were playing didn't look ready to play. I mean, legends like Matt Ryan and John Abraham even said it themselves. So I don't want to hear that because, we just played the 49ers and they had so many starters that were injured. And I'll just say that coaching matters.
Very disappointing to see the Atlanta Falcons lose a game like that this past Sunday on my birthday. That's all I wanted for my birthday gift. I talked about that on Wednesday night. I just wanted the Falcons to go out there and win. Big shout out to everybody who helped celebrate with me, family, friends, everybody with the birthday love and the presents and the gifts and everything. That is great. For me, I really wanted the Falcons to go out there and bust a team's ass that was 1-6. And it was disappointing to watch that performance from our Falcons, and then to sit there last night and say, "Oh, let's see if this Dolphins team is real. Let's see if they're about that business like they were Sunday night," and just looked horrible. And that's the team we've been seeing all season. So I hope the Falcons coaching staff was watching that game last night and sending each other messages like, "You see, this is your job. No, this is your fault. It's you on your job's on the line," because that was embarrassing. The Dolphins fans booing every single play after the first quarter, wearing the paper bags. Shout out to who? I don't know what announcer that was that said the paper bag era came from the New Orleans Saints. Big shout out to the announcer that said that. That was a diss at the Saints. So they're looking like the paper bag era too as well down there in New Orleans. We'll see them in a couple of weeks. I'm sure, we already talked about finding ways to get 7 wins to make it to 10 wins in the season. I got 2 right there against the New Orleans Saints. I'm going to go ahead and say it. T-Will, I'm doing my fingers. There it is. I'm doing them.
Don't jinx us now. Don't jinx us now.
T-Will, there we go. There we go. Until you beat those Saints, Falcons. No, I'm just playing. We're going to beat the New Orleans Saints. That team looks bad. But even last night, Kerry and T-Will, they mentioned the Falcons damn near more than they mentioned the Dolphins. Because they kept talking about this is the Dolphins team that went into Atlanta on Sunday. This Dolphins team, the way they played against Atlanta. I don't want to hear Atlanta when we're not playing. Especially during these times these spooky haunted times that we're dealing with right now. 7-8 years plus of a drought. We got to get out this. We got to get out of this, man. This is looking tough right now with the Falcons fan base. But guess what? There's definitely a new day, and it happens on Sunday when we play against the New England Patriots. T-Will for my ATL Sports One Time for the Fan. What did you see last night from the Dolphins-Ravens game? Because that's the same Dolphins team we lost to on Sunday, and it's embarrassing.
The Dolphins are who we thought they are. No, I'm just kidding. They are who we thought they were.
They are, though. They are.
I mean, you know what? It just I don't know. It denotes the fact that they're a really bad team, Look, at any given Sunday, any team can beat you, but I think in all seriousness, what last night's game illustrates is that the Falcons right now, at least on offense, are player-centric as opposed to scheme-centric, meaning if you don't have your best players in there, there's going to be a steep curve or an immediate drop-off, right? The chasm between starter and non-starter is far too wide because it's player-centric. So your system is driven upon this guy beating this guy doing whatever, as opposed to just, here we go. If we run this play, if this receiver does this, if this receiver does this, then it's open no matter what against this coverage. And it just doesn't seem to be that. That's what last night said to me, right? Or actually, that's what Sunday said to me. Look, Drake wasn't there. I get it. Drake is that dude. But we should not be that bad on offense when Drake is not playing. We should not be that bad on offense when Penix is not playing. We should not be that bad on offense when our intention is to run the ball. That says that your scheme is just bad, right? That's what that says. The Dolphins are who we think they are. You know what I mean? They came in here, and we probably looked past them a little bit. Look, this is a young team. And again, that reflects coaching. But I'm seeing a pattern, and that pattern is against teams that are not as good, we tend to relax. We tend to assume that, okay, we have this game in the bag, and anybody will beat you in the NFL if you come to it with that attitude. So to me, what it says is right now, and it doesn't mean it can't change, But right now, this team lacks maturity, and at least on offense, we need to get it together. You
I
know,
don't
we
see.
need
Well,
to get
I
it
don't
together.
even know that if it's a maturity thing. I think it's a focus thing, and that comes to coaching because it's not like we every week we come unprepared. I think they play up to their competition and they play down to their competition. So if you're playing a really good team like the Buffalo Bills, they played their best ball against the Bills,
Same with the
and then
Commanders. Yep.
yeah, and then you play
But
a two terrible.
they played that at home. They played that at home.
We
They
played the
walked
Dolphins game at
they
home.
right, but
Home
they
or away, they have to come
what
prepared.
but
Either
what I'm
how you look
Yeah.
at it.
saying is against the two worst teams at the time in the league, they looked unprepared. Even you had some Falcons say, "Yeah, we look past. We look
Right,
past their
right.
line."
And
And so
I don't blame maturity on that personally because
well,
there
I
are some
do.
veterans on this team.
I
I think it's that our coaching staff is not making sure that these players are prepared and
I
not overlooking, these teams
I
because you should
agree.
never, overlook a team that's in your division. I don't care if they're 0-16 and you're playing
I'm
in
with
week
her.
17.
I'm with
Honestly.
her.
And that's fine. You can be with her. But the bottom line is a mark of young teams is they do that. The Falcons were up at halftime 21-3, and they said we were in halftime celebrating. Now, who said it? That was Rocky Alford, who was young at the time, right? So one of the fallacies of youth is they do look beyond teams who they consider not on their level. Am I saying it's the main cause of it? No, they're definitely not prepared. But I do believe that if that was a veteran team, they're not going to look past anybody.
Also,
Now,
Taylor Gabriel getting to the halftime, and I think he was saying something doesn't feel right. Remember that during the NFL films when he was talking about just the
I don't remember that.
at
I
the
don't
end.
remember.
I think it was Taylor Gabriel. Somebody on the bench mentioned something doesn't feel right during that time of the Super Bowl, and I remember even speaking to a former player that played during that game, and they mentioning that the Super Bowl just like the halftime, just how long it was for halftime.
It's yes, yeah.
You know
And
what I'm saying?
and let me ask you a question. Why do you
Yeah.
think that was, Jack?
Hey man, you know what I'm saying? This is Halloween. We ain't finna get into those Salem tales, you know what I'm
No,
saying? We're
I'm
not finna
just
get into the
saying
old Pet Cemetery past of the
our
Falcons,
center
but
had a broken leg,
mm,
and they knew that. And what do you do if you're gonna play through something that's gonna cause you pain? You get a shot,
mhm.
right? I think it was very, what's the word I'm looking? It was coincidental that was the longest halftime show known to man, knowing he took that shot, which is why come late third quarter and fourth quarter, he had to come out because the shot wore off. But anyway, I digress.
Well, I don't
Big
mean to go against you, my friend, but I had to look it up. We're the third oldest team in the league,
I,
so age
Carry
is
with the
not.
stats.
what
I'm sorry,
about
I had
the
to look it up.
starters? Look
It's
up
the whole
starters.
team.
Look,
It's the whole team combined.
no. Look up starters. Use that same metric. Look up starters, and let's see how old we are.
But I
Yeah,
gotta go with the whole 53 on that one, T. Will. It's
yeah,
not just the starters
No,
out there, man.
yeah,
Everybody
because if
plays a
somebody
part.
goes out, yeah, I mean,
Special teams
I
look
don't think it's
rough.
age. I don't
I do.
because
Defense
the
look
whole
rough.
team looks unprepared. Like
They
Johnny
Right.
do.
Diggins
I'm not
said, it's
saying they're not
Seeing the
right,
unprepared.
way the
right.
Ravens played them
It's
last night had me sitting there thinking, how the hell could we not beat this team?
I,
The Dolphins looked like crap yesterday in
Mhm.
that Thursday night football game.
At
From
home
Tua's
in their own
passes
stadium.
to the just some of the throws that he was making, the run blocking too as well. Some of the passes that he was throwing was like, where was this Sunday? What was our defense doing Sunday? Because that
Well,
right there is
his,
a total night at what is that? Night of the Living Dead. That was
well,
ridiculous.
his passes were quick, number one, and number two, you had
He had
folks.
one eye.
It doesn't matter. His passes were quick,
no, it does
and
matter, man. He can only
number
one
two,
eye.
and more importantly, you had folks playing some positions that really hurt us on defense. That really hurt us. And I'm not gonna name names, but y'all know exactly what and who
We
I'm
don't want
talking.
to definitely bash any player because we
And I'm
don't play the
not.
game. But I'm sure, I'm telling you right now, I'm sure there are probably some players mentally sitting over there looking at some of those players like, I can't believe you made this team. I really
Well,
can't believe you was out there
Yeah.
playing the other day.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that there were certain players who were taken advantage of on Sunday.
Right.
But to
And that's what
me,
happens.
though,
Yeah.
to T-Will's point, that's on coaching again. I'm sorry, almost everything that's wrong with this team right now falls back on coaching or scheme. Because why, if you see a guy is getting bullied out there, why is he still out there? Why is he playing? You said it was going to be by committee, and then he's out there for every single defensive snap but
I
one.
agree with
That's
that.
a
I agree
problem.
with that.
That's a problem. The guy, if he had any confidence, he has none now.
People going at Art and Rich, Arthur Blank, Rich McKay and stuff. I understand you guys can go out there when it starts from the top. They're not on the field. I'm going with coaching. Coaching is first.
Agreed.
Right? And we talked about this before the season started. Jeff Ulbrich is in the building. Let's go. We got rid of Jimmy Lake. We got Zach Robinson in the second year. All right. This guy's going to be a little bit more crafted. He's going to be a little bit more better at what he can do with this team. Use the skill set of some of these players, and let's get down the field. And we get beat 30-0 against the Panthers. Then we come out here against the Miami Dolphins, 1-16. Now there are some fans that are saying, Kerry, there's another trap game coming up, and it's against the Jets. If you go out there and wet the bed on some of these teams you're supposed to beat, it's embarrassing. But here's the thing. Can the Falcons go out there and beat the New England Patriots on Sunday? We're going to get to that in just a couple minutes. The fans in the stands are doing great today. Big shout out to all the fans that's in the chat talking Falcons football. You got James Overton checking in from Maryland, DSGB Hall on the West Coast too as well. Silk Legacy checking in. Jonte Rozier's checking in from Nevada. You got Adam Zed in the chat checking in from Toronto. Toronto! Hey, is Toronto on the brink of winning a World Series, T-Will? You know baseball.
I hope so.
For Drake? Kerry, for Drake?
That Dodger team is pretty good.
Come on, T-Will. We don't want Freddie Freeman to be remembered as a Dodger legend now.
Oh, right. He's definitely going to be remembered as a Dodger, especially if they win this next game. He's definitely going to be remembered as a Dodger.
No. I mean, that's, it is what it is. I will never remember Freddie as a Dodger, but, this Dodgers team is pretty good.
Will.
He had great times in Atlanta.
Who cares what
we won the championship with Freddie. That's what happens. People move on to different teams and all that stuff after. Same thing with any team that's won a Super Bowl. The next year they go look at their roster and this guy's missing. This guy's gone to another team. It happens all the time. Freddie Freeman.
And the Braves shouldn't be so cheap.
Right. Dansby Swanson too as well. They moved on. Different players moved on. It's just what it is.
But I believe Matt Olson was ranked the best first baseman in the game a couple of weeks ago.
How about now, sir?
You could argue that.
Well, how about now, sir?
I'm saying, look, Freddie's
you sure about that?
I'm saying right now.
You sure about that?
Freddie's a Hall of Famer. Would
the Braves be better with Freddie Freeman this year, or was it more problems that we just can't even speak of?
It was more. Well, look, their entire pitching staff went down.
Right.
1 through 5. You're not going to survive that. And not only that, but I believe the message got a little stale. Okay. I think losing Freddie hurt. I think losing Dansby hurt. I think losing Coach Ron Washington hurt. It was a cumulative effect. It's like death by 1,000 paper cuts, and the bleed just started, right? And so now you need a new voice in there. But, as far as, the Dodgers winning, look, I love Freddie, man. Freddie's my guy. So if the Dodgers win, it's okay. Real Braves fans, they know who Freddie is. You know what I mean? It's all good, man. I don't, whatever.
It's all right. We'll get back to some Falcons, man. We'll talk some more stuff here. It's Halloween, so we got some questions to ask the chat too as well. Get this chat engaged and get them entertained this morning. Breakfast with One Time for the Fan, from the fan, for the fan. Falcon fans talking Falcons football on a Falcons Friday. That's One Time for the Fan. Silk Legacy's in the chat. Big shout to Silk Legacy. Jay Boogie's checking in from Twitter. Big shout to Jay Boogie over here talking Falcons football. We got our boy Debo Vibes talking Falcons football too as well. Now, this could be some scary stuff right here. A long flight to Germany going to play the Colts. And if you come away with a loss, T-Will, you're going to be flying back on the plane with some of the people that you're getting ready to be fired too as well. That's some tough stuff right there. Just imagine if Zach Robinson got to get his own plane heading back from he got to get on Spirit.
Oh, wow.
You got to get on Spirit Airlines, Zach.
Oh, wow.
That's tough. We hope that does not happen.
He's staying in Germany at that point.
That is tough. I mean, if you lose these next couple of games, I mean, you already see William, Amy, and other fans in the chat from Wednesday night. They were like, they're hanging it up. We're going to ask the question again, playoffs or bust, yes, no, or why. We're going to ask that question in just a couple of minutes. But fans were in the chat Wednesday night pissed off about what they saw against the Dolphins. And then they was probably thinking, well, the Dolphins are going to go out there and beat the Ravens. I mean, they beat us. That's not the case. And now looking at the Ravens schedule with Lamar Jackson back, they even have a chance to go make the playoffs too as well. So, things happen for a reason. Everything's always, it's a any given Sunday type of thing. So we'll see what the Falcons can do up there in Foxborough against the New England Patriots, one of their AFC rivals. I think they're probably their biggest AFC rival, and I'm sure Falcon fans know why. Jeremiah Weems in the chat talking Falcons football with us too as well. Once again, you saw Jay Boogie's comment. He said it's all about coaching, man. No more excuses. You got Ricondo, who's been on the show here a couple times too as well, saying that they got out coached. Ricondo, Debo vibes. You got some content creators early in the morning here in the chat. Falcon fans, if you haven't heard about these content creators, head over to their channel, hit that like, share, and subscribe button because these guys do a great job breaking down Falcons football too as well. He said 100% coaching. We got my boy Silk Legacy in the chat here talking Falcons football, always with us. Big shout out to Silk Legacy. You got Ladarius Brown in the chat too as well, talking Falcons football. You got Eric Z checking in from Twitter, talking Falcons football. Good morning and happy Halloween. Big shout out to Eric Z in the chat. Got a lot of people in here talking Falcons football, man. So if your first time here checking in, you can head over to YouTube, One Time for the Fan, hit that like, hit that share, and hit that spooky subscribe so you can follow One Time for the Fan along the way. Not only this season, but of course, seasons to come. We're never going to end this podcast. So Sunday nights at 8, Wednesday nights at 8, Friday mornings, 9, 10 o'clock in the morning for breakfast with One Time for the Fan. Some of y'all probably eating your Waffle House. Some of y'all probably getting calls from your job like T Will. Some of y'all probably, getting ready to go work out or head to work, or you're sitting in traffic, or even if you're on the plane heading to Foxborough. Shout out to you too as well. Big shout out to everybody here checking in. Thomas T-Bone is in the chat too as well. Big shout out to Thomas T-Bone with the Rise Up Falcons. Anthony S is in the chat checking in from Tennessee. He said, what's good? One Time for the Fan. Good morning, everyone. Jack, T. Will, and Carrie. What's good, my brothers and sisters? Sorry I'm late. Work's been crazy. Big shout out to Anthony S in the chat. Let's see.
You're not
Silk
even
Legacy.
late. You're right on time.
Right. You're definitely right on time. We got so much Falcons football, and we got a special guest that's going to be joining us here in just a matter of minutes. I'm sure a lot of Falcon fans know who this special guest is too as well. Nicholas is in the chat. Shout out to Nicholas. He said the Ravens defense has been complete trash all year and only gave up 6 points to Miami last night. Do with that information what you will when it comes to this Falcons coaching staff. Nicholas is definitely upset, but he also says good morning to everybody. See, he comes in here and talks Falcons first, and after that, he says, "Oh, I'm sorry. Good morning, everybody."
Good morning.
So, big shout out to Nicholas too as well. Once again, Falcon fans, first time here, just jump into the chat and talk Falcons. Everybody's here talking Falcons. There's some people that's probably watching and don't want to comment. There's some people that's watching, listening, and love to comment. But we're all big one. We're all one big happy Falcons family talking Falcons football. You see Anthony S.'s comment too as well in the chat. I'm going to say this and stand on it. I'm tired of this Zach Robinson offense. It frustrates me, and I'm a humble guy. Something happens. Something has to change. I've met Anthony before, travels through some away games. He is definitely a humble dude too as well. And a lot of these Falcon fans, they don't deserve this. They want to rep their colors proudly. They want to walk out there and rep the logo, to the fullest. And it's kind of difficult when you have these times year in, year out of just, what are we going to do with this team? Last year was the defense. This year is the offense. And this is the coaching staff. And now people are going for Arthur Blank. I heard some people mention the price of the hot dog was too much, which we have the cheapest food in the NFL. Like, fans are just picking on anything right now when you have a team that's not, getting to that level where they need them to be. And now let's get to our special guest, because I'm sure he's at the level of where we need him to be too as well. That boy Chris Tipmore, aka A1 Forever, in the chat talking Falcons football with us. What's up, Chris, man? How's everything going, bro?
Hey, man, what's going on, one-timers? What's going on, chat? How y'all feeling on this Halloween right before a big game,
Yeah,
How y'all feeling?
Feeling good, feeling good. Did you bring the Zorro costume? I thought we talked about you're supposed to be dressing up for Halloween.
I'm sorry, it got caught up in the mail. It was something about like a mishap. It got sent to Jack Spade's address, and I'm just like, that's funny. The same guy that still has my ladder, but whatever.
That's tough.
Yeah,
That's
that's
tough.
the same thing I said. I don't know how it got redirected to
Look,
Jack Spade's address, but okay.
Falcon fans, you got A1 Forever here. Talks Falcons, talks Hawks, talks so many sports, man. So y'all want to definitely link up with A1 Forever on his channel. You know, one time for the fan, from the fan, for the fan, man. It goes a long way. The content creators in this community do a good job talking Falcons football. And even during the negative times, we still got to keep it positive here within the fan base. So big shout out big shout out to Chris joining us. Chris, I'm glad you're here, man. We did talk a little bit about what went wrong with the Falcons, Dolphins, a little recap from Wednesday. And then, of course, the Dolphins getting blown out last night by the Baltimore Ravens, man. And we can definitely get to that in just a minute. But we got to talk about one other thing, Chris, and I'm glad you're here, man, because it is Halloween. So I got to ask you, man, what is your favorite scary movie or TV show? Falcon fans in the chat, let's chime in on this Halloween morning. Some of y'all probably doing some trunk or treat or trick or treating or going to some Halloween parties, probably getting your costume and stuff together. Some people don't celebrate it, some people do. But this is a question I think we all can answer. A1, let's get to you, Carrie T. Will. What is your favorite scary movie or TV show? Because this is the time of the year. You see what's going on every network. Halloween, Jason, Freddy.
Yeah, man.
What used to scare you growing up, Chris?
Growing up, to be honest with you, I know a lot of people were scared by Jason and Michael Myers. I used to love those guys, but honestly, but the guy that I can really say that actually got me to dream was probably Freddy. And it's probably just a simple fact that, he used to try to get you in your dreams and everything. And I just remember as a kid seeing Freddy, a couple of Freddys. I believe it was the Freddy that, what I'm saying, and I forget which one it is.
It's
but
like 15 of them.
I know, but I remember the scene from one of the movies that I'm talking about. The one where the girl was in the asylum and she was sleeping. Then he had grabbed her through the TV. Right. Yeah, and pulls her head into the TV. Yeah, that one.
Welcome to primetime TV, bitch.
Right. And there at the yes, man. So it just like, so it was Freddy, and then being the fact that I was a kid and knowing that Freddy was you know what Freddy like to do with kids. So that was another thing too. You just put all that together, and I would say it was Freddy. But you said my favorite movie. That's a horror flick. It's crazy.
Yeah, you go ahead and put both out there.
Man, let me see. TV show? Oh man, I guess. Let's see. Now TV show, that's tough because there's not really a lot of good horror TV flicks for me. But I will say one growing up that I used to like, and that really wasn't a horror one. It was really just something for kids. And it was I used to watch Are You Afraid of the Dark growing up. So
Nickelodeon, right? Goosebumps stuff?
Yeah.
That's a classic.
Yeah, I used to watch Are You Afraid of the Dark before that got canceled off or whatever. But movie, I gotta go with The Conjuring. I know a lot of people like Freddy, Michael, and I love all those movies. I love all those guys, but it's just like the Conjuring can come on. I'm talking about like the first one, the second one. Those can come on anytime, and I'll mess around and sit down and watch it. It's one of those things.
Hey, big shout out to A1 Forever, man. Talking a little bit of some Halloween tales of some scary shows and movies too as well. I'm sure some fans in the chat have their comments too as well. Like Silk Legacy said, The Shining. Now, The Shining, let me tell you something. Stephen King does a great job when he puts these movies together. I was telling y'all about.
I like that.
Welcome to Derry. Episode 2 just came out last night. Man, I'm still on the edge. Like, bro, Stephen King, bro, how do you do this? And now just to come to find out, T, well, you might know about this. He has characters that he puts in different books and different movies that kind of intertwine together. Like even the character from It has something to do with The Shining. You know what I'm saying? It's like, how did these writers, these producers just spend so much time creating these masterpieces? But
bro,
shout out to Stephen King. A1?
Jack, I got a theory behind that. I have a theory. I think some of the best authors never lose sight of imagination. You know, sometimes we grow up and, you know, so we kind of like forget about some of our superpowers we had as a kid. And one of them is imagination. And I think some of the best authors are some of the, you know, best people who can imagine or just daydream or whatever you want to use and just be able to get those thoughts and those ideas, be able to formulate, create. And next thing you know, you have a best-selling novel all off of someone's thoughts. So I think imagination plays a key part into some of the best authors in the world.
That is
filmmakers too.
That is the truth. That is the truth. I look at some of these movies and shows and everything that was created, and they got to stay on beat to have some of these 5-star shows and, you know, HBO Max picking them up and the stars and all this other stuff, man. Like, this is some good stuff. Anthony Souvenir is in the chat. He said, I ain't gonna lie, the scary movie for me growing up was Tales from the Hood or the Blair Witch Project. Some old school movies. Big shout out to Anthony in the chat. DSGB Hall says here he goes with the roast. He said Jack loves Midnight on Meg Street. Here goes DSGB Hall cracking jokes in the chat. So Falcon fans, you know, we do a little roast session here every now and then. DSGB Hall's already started up. I don't see Craig in the chat too as well. And, matter of fact, did he dress up as the lawn care guy? Because I see somebody in my yard right now.
Lord.
Yeah, Craig's taking care of those weeds over there. Big shout out to Craig, man. Georgia, Texas boys in the chat. He said new scary shows, that Monster on Netflix or the Egg Gene story. Oh man, what is this about? I haven't even seen that one.
I said I ain't heard about those.
Haven't. See, Matthew Bass said lately watching the Falcons play. Oh my.
Oh no.
That's
Good
tough.
one. Good one.
It's tough as heck.
He's not lying.
That's tough as nails right there, boy.
Not lying though.
If we're talking about scary movies and TV shows here for Halloween, Matthew Bass, and you said watching the Falcons play.
Hey man,
that is some scary
performance
stuff.
last week didn't scare you. It surely scared me.
Man,
he told no lies, Jack.
That's tough. Georgia, Texas boys in the chat. Growing up, it used to be the movie Carrie. Wait, Carrie?
Oh, here we go.
Oh, here we go. Yep.
No,
We already talked about this on
Not
T-Will's
that
show.
Carrie. Yeah, we did. We did talk
because
about that.
My name is spelled that same way, and people
Yeah.
used to try to roast me and say, "Did my mom name me after that movie?
Yeah.
Why would my mom name me after that?"
Right.
Well, you know,
Carrie
kids are
and
stupid,
Candy.
Carrie. They used to tease me in school and go, Mr. Wilson, like Dennis the Menace. So kids,
I know you caught that.
kids do it. Kids do
Right.
it.
I
But
don't
yeah,
feel
that-
bad. I caught the Christopher Columbus and all the other things that had to come with that. So,
jeez.
yeah.
James
Kids
said
are just
Halloween.
mean, man. Kids are mean. You know, it
Right.
is what it is.
James said Halloween, the first movie, you know, Michael Myers, man. Big shout out to Chris Blair. I don't know if you guys are following Chris Blair on IG. He posted a video this morning. He was in the training room at the Falcons facility, and it's like
Who
Michael
was
Myers.
that? Who
I don't
was
know.
that?
I don't know what player that is.
Posted-
I'm thinking it has to be a wide receiver, but somebody's laid out on the table wearing the Michael
I was trying to
Myers
figure it out.
outfit, but he's wearing the Black Forces too as well. So I was like, Michael Myers ain't walking around with no Black Air Forces now. So who is that? So that might be Lil Mike. That might be Lil Mike Myers. But you know, big shot.
That might be Mikael Myers.
Not Mikael Myers. That's tough. But you know, Falcon fans, you know, it is the time of the year where you can see, you know, different videos around the NFL. You know, the Jets posted some of their players wearing their Halloween costumes, and I think there was some more videos with some more teams. So players get into it, coaches get into it. Some do, some don't. Even the Jets getting into it with their 1-7 record. You know, they're still having a good time being a bad team. Silk Legacy said, "We writers are creative, Jack."
Good time,
You heard that, T. Will? We writers are creative, Jack. I can write about anything. Silk Legacy definitely knows what he's talking about in that field, because I'm used to be a rapper, you know, here and there. So my rapping skills is pretty good. So I used to be.
I've heard you were pretty good, Jack. Word on the street is you were pretty good.
I turned up Atlanta for a minute, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say too much, but you know, so I turned up, you know, I turned the CD up, you know what I mean? You know, definitely got into this you know, this podcasting and journalism, sports podcast and stuff. So it's actually pretty cool now to be in the field that I am right now. I'm still talking about the Falcons, man. Jeremiah Williams said Halloween, H2O, and Halloween. for the
Love
return of
it.
Myers, Friday the 13th. Jason, I'm watching Halloween now and
Love
One Time for the
it.
Fan. That's some scary times. What you got? You got Friday 13th on this channel, and you watching One Time for the Fan over here, Jeremiah Weems. That just don't put no Jason Voorhees on us now. You know what I'm saying? Don't bring them our way. You know, but you know they're actually making a new Crystal Lake TV show coming, I think, to Netflix or
Yeah, I heard about that.
yeah. I think one of those wrestlers, the WWE wrestlers, is going to be playing the new Jason, which is actually going to be kind of crazy because, you know,
It's
WWE
kind of like
wrestling.
somebody just popped the balloon in the background, Jack. You want to pop the balloon? We don't know about it. You on that pop the balloon show?
I've been on that It show, man. I've been on that Welcome to Derry, bro, but I don't want to say his name. You know what I'm saying? I don't play with that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, hey, you look down into that sink and you see them fingers coming out. I don't play with that stuff now. You know what I mean? But Jeremiah Weems in the chat. Matthew Bass is in the chat too as well. Georgia Texas Boy says Monster is basically the original serial killer movies. Monster? I ain't never seen that. I ain't never heard of that.
Is that with Charlize Theron?
T-Will, you're for my ATL movies. You're supposed to know this. You got to be on it, T-Will.
I think if he's talking about the one where I think she was blonde hair, her teeth were chipped, but yeah, she was a violent serial killer. She really was. So I think that's the one he's talking about. But
I know some people might even mention The Walking Dead too as well. That was a good TV show from back in the day. Even it's still on now, but it just got too many shows. You got the Daryl show with
I'm not to cut you off. He's saying it's a new TV series on Netflix. It is. Yeah, it is. It is. Yeah, that's the one he's talking. Okay. I got you.
Georgia Texas Boys said Know What You Did Last Summer. I think they have a new movie coming out too as well. The other day they put out the Stranger Things trailer too as well. They also put out the Scream 7. T-Will, they're making another Scream, just like Fast and the Furious. They just keep bringing this. They just keep going on and on with this stuff. I don't know why, but it's getting out of hand.
I like Scream because innately engineered into the script, they're kind of poking fun at certain horror movies, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's a little satire while you watch people get filleted.
Mm-hmm.
So I like Scream. Now, I like Fast and the Furious, but them going to space is ridiculous. They probably could have cut that at 8. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I'm still gonna go watch it. But yeah, I can agree. Fast and the Furious is a bit much. They started as just kids boosting cars.
Wait. They went to space?
Yes.
Hey, one, you didn't see when they went to space on Fast and
Furious? Yes, they did. Yes. Yes.
Hey, one, them boys are right now, boy.
Ludacris and Tyreek went to space, and that was ridiculous. It's almost like in Armageddon when you got guys who drill for oil for a living, and in 2 weeks they're ready to go to the moon.
Right.
So you know what I mean? It's like, okay, sometimes you got to suspend reality in your head, but yeah, man. So a couple of my favorite horror movies. Sorry, Carrie. Probably would be Carrie.
Okay, y'all are just trolling me at this point because I saw Darius saying Carrie.
I'm not trolling you.
It's not that good. Come on now, y'all.
No, well, I'm gonna tell you why it was good. I'm talking about the first one. I'm not talking about the remake. But in the first one,
the original,
yeah, they basically tortured her by picking on her. They were bullying her the entire time. So there was a buildup in it, right? Because her character arc goes from shy girl who has these powers, who occasionally slip out, right? But she ends up being badass Carrie because they made her that, right? What Stephen King is saying in this film is that who's the real monster here? Is it the person who ultimately carries out something,
or the bullies,
or the bullies who make her that way?
Right.
And so what I like about it is that when that thing shifts, it shifts
quickly.
So when they finally dump that vat of blood on her or whatever, and she snaps, nobody's getting out alive.
Right.
Nobody. But they took it there. Whereas in the second iteration, she's a little less malevolent. She's a little less, evil, if you will. Whereas in the first one, it was like, all right, you want to do it? Here we go. Let's go. You want it? You're going to do this to me? You're going to have this guy ask me out? You're going to make an ass out of me in front of all these people? All you folks are going to die. So I enjoyed that component. And then the other one for me, favorite, because I didn't really do the devil movies. My mother's was a pastor, so I know that a lot of that stuff is real. Salem's Lot is real. The Conjuring is real. That stuff happened. And if you knew about it, anyway, whatever. But my second favorite horror movie, I'm gonna say for me, probably the first and third Nightmare on Elm Street. Because they were scary.
Freddie did some damage on a lot of kids growing up, man. I'm saying about trying to go to sleep, and it's like, man, this Joker, he might be in your dreams for real. And then sure enough, there's some scary stuff, man. Carrie, what's your favorite scary movie or TV show before we get back to these Falcons?
I'm not a big scary movie person personally. So I'm gonna say two movies that I guess you can consider scary, at least for me, but they also, I feel, were both really great films. They're not necessarily horror movies, but I think they could be under the category of like a thriller, and that's gonna be Get Out and Sinners. I enjoy both of those movies a lot.
Good choice.
Yeah, so I would like those because they
Good choice.
definitely scared me in parts. So, and
Okay.
for me, I'm just not big into like horror movies. I don't know if it's because like I like get anxiety waiting for the next jump scare. Like I'm just not into that.
Oh,
So
okay.
I
That's
don't
fair.
really like to watch scary movies like that. But so I prefer something like more of a thriller, like, like Get Out, Sinners. I love that they do have scary parts, but there's also more like much bigger stories and great acting in both of those as well. So those are my two, I'll say.
Great. Yeah, those are great choices, Terry. Those are great. Those are great
Thank you.
choices. They really are.
Jordan Peele for Get Out, and Ryan Coolidge, I think his name is, the director of Sinners. So
I tell you what, man, when you figure out that the whole family's in on it, oh my God.
Right.
Get Out.
Oh
my God.
crazy.
Oh my
I'm
God.
gonna watch that movie. It's been a while, but that
when he
was
runs downstairs and he's like, "Let's go, your family," and she's like, and I was like, "Oh, I remember." Golly, that was
right.
Yeah.
I mean, for the jump scares too, as well. I mean, you got Chucky, you got Leprechaun, right? You got some movies like people mentioning Jason and Freddy in the chat too, as well. I mean, those movies, those are some movies that a lot of us grew up on. Chris?
No, I just said legends right there. Legends.
Oh yeah, definitely, of course. And then now you have some of these other movies and stuff that's getting ready to, come out, and what people's been talking about. I think AMC's been showing movies all night, and TNT and some other shows. Will, you talked about like Fast and the Furious when they just took it to another level. Jason X was one that just took it to another level when he wakes up in 29:45 and it's like, what?
I was so mad at them for that.
It just got silly.
I was so mad at them for that. I said, "Come on, bro." Yeah. But I went with it. I went to go see it. I did.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the earlier.
Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
So it sounded like you're trying to say.
I was gonna say that. I caught myself, Carrie, because
I was waiting for that moment.
I knew you were gonna do that. No. But no, and in all seriousness, the early iterations of Halloween and Friday the 13th were great. But after a while, they got silly. I think Friday the 13th got sillier. Michael Myers, like especially the most recent iterations, are a little better. I just think Jason was done to death. But another one that got me that I don't watch was Final Destination. Because Final Destination for me, like it would have me not able to sleep. It would have me like I didn't want to get on the highway after that scene with the
with the tree. With the log tree. truck.
And when I saw my man die in the shower, I didn't take a shower for like a week, bro. So I don't watch those movies anymore.
You saw the other one that they had, the recent one where they had the glass broke
I
in
don't even
the
watch it.
sink, and then it got into the ice, and then next thing you know, it turns into the whole backyard scene with the lawnmower. It's like, how the hell did this happen from just one simple thing,
bro? I don't.
Talking about with the penny, like they had like the penny rolling around. Yeah, that was crazy. Yeah, that movie
crazy stuff, man. You know, but then again, you know, it is Halloween, so you know, some people are in here. You know, not only talking Falcons, but we're talking some scary movies and TV shows. But I think one show that you guys should go watch, if you guys haven't seen it yet, is that It Welcome to Derry. Even the first 10 minutes of It Welcome to Derry has me on edge still right now, just looking at it, because Stephen King, he doesn't care. They don't care if you're 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, he'll off you. He doesn't care. And of course, you know, in today's times, people don't like to go around, you know, offing kids and TV shows, but Stephen King's like, nope, y'all going to see this. But, you know, then again, it's coming from the book, right? He mixes in, you know, some characters from the old TV shows and the old movies and brings them back for some of the newer stuff too as well. So it's actually pretty cool. But yeah, that's just, you know, some scary times here, talking on One Time for the Fan about, you know, favorite scary movie or TV show. Fans that's listening or watching the show later, you can still drop your comments in the chat and we'll talk about it. Now let's get to something else that I think fans want to talk about, this fantasy football content creator league.
I thought you were going to say Patriots.
Oh, we're going to get to that too.
Okay.
Because we got a little time. But we got 2 minutes to spend on this fantasy football content creator league that Bodie's just been talking so much shit. He's been talking so much about that team that he has ranked number 1. But he's playing up against Kerry this week. I know Kerry's not going to go down without a fight, Kerry. And I saw the scores last night. What's going on over there in the content creator fantasy football league with you, Kerry? Do you think you can take Bodie out of that first spot, that number 1 spot? Because I'm sitting at number 2 right now, and I really need to go into next week sitting at number 1. But Kerry, I saw last night you were neck and neck with Bodie right now. You know, you're getting real close over there.
What you're telling me is somehow I need to adjust my lineup.
If you can, I mean, right now it is 16. You got 16 points versus 16 points right now. You and Bodie is tied right now.
Did I put Jonathan Taylor on my bench?
Kerry, do you still have time to make an adjustment? Can we?
I see where she's going with this.
Yes,
I see where she's going with this, but okay.
So if I get a win, that puts you in first place. Is that what you're telling me?
I mean, could you do that for your boy? You know, you don't have to, you know, spend time roasting me. I know you talk about the steak, you know, the well done steak and all that stuff. We've been through that. But this week, Kerry, I need you, my sister. I need you.
Oh, now she's your sister.
Hey, one. I got this. Kerry, I need you now, right? We need you to go in there and take care of Bodie, right? Because Bodie can't just go out here and just win these games so easy now. Now it's tied 16-16. I'm whooping up Berto right now. It's 42-0. I'm whooping up Berto right now. Berto ain't gonna come back, so we got to worry about that. We need you, Kerry, to go in here and whoop up Bodie 3000. So, Kerry, can you make some adjustments? And this is Bodie's fan card moments. I know he's listening to the show. Bodie, you're starting Drake May against the Falcons Sunday. Kerry and the Falcon fans went at me when I had Josh Allen versus the Falcons a couple weeks ago. And I had to make a change. Sure enough, I was beating Bro Talk so bad, I put Kirk Cousins in. I went to the waiver wire. I grabbed Kirk Cousins, threw him in. He didn't get no points, but I was beating Bro Talk so bad, I threw Kirk Cousins into the mix and still beat Bro Talk. Bodie, this is your fan card call out. If you play Drake May Sunday, you're gonna have some words from me, brother. You're gonna have some words from me. But Kerry, can you please help us out this week by just beating Bodie for your boy? Could you do that, Kerry? Is it possible? I think Kerry's on a call right now, so she might be a little bit busy.
No, I'm here. I'm here.
We need you, Kerry.
I think she answered that. I think she answered you.
feel like you're asking me to throw the game in your favor. I'm just saying.
I
I
need
need
you
you
to
to
do
go
whatever you
down
can
in
to
the.
go
I
win the
need to go
game.
down in the 5th round, Carrie. Just take a dive. Just take a
mean-
dive, Carrie. Take a dive. Say it. My ass goes down.
Sheesh. That's tough. Hey, yo, Falcon fans, hit that like, share, and subscribe button. We got a super chat.
Super chat.
Nah,
Carrie
you
says-
don't get to do it.
Kerry, what was that?
Nah,
I'm
you don't
sorry,
get to do
Mike.
that.
I don't want to
Nah.
hurt anybody's ears.
Nah, you don't get to do that.
I forgot.
All I
Carrie,
remember this one
gotta
time I
back
was
away
on the
from-
show and I had to turn down my volume.
right. Carrie said that when we say that, we got to back away from the microphone.
No,
Yeah.
really.
Super
She's talking about me.
And then
She's
say-
talking about me. She's talking about T-Will.
you said it so loud that like I was, and maybe it's because I was on the car Bluetooth, but I kid you not, it was so loud. I was like,
Yeah,
oh
I think
my
you was on
God.
your AirPods or your Bluetooth because that definitely probably
It was
rang up
loud.
your eardrums a little bit. But Big Low
Hey,
Country's in
Carrie,
here.
you're not getting out of it. We gotta hear it. We gotta hear it, Carrie. We gotta hear it. Come on.
Thank you, Big Low, for the super chat.
Here you go. Love
That's
it.
all I
Love
got.
it.
I'm
Love
sorry.
it. Love it.
That's
Love
our
it.
girl Carrie.
It was better.
Thank you, Big Low.
Love
But
it.
Big Low's on some. He's on some demon time.
Big low.
I love it.
Big Low spending money to roast you, boy. He said my favorite scary movie
Highly
is Jack
encouraged.
Spade. Carrie,
Where it's his girl.
We encourage that at this on
gotta
this
see that
channel.
movie.
There's been episodes where people just send the
I
super
gotta
chats
see that.
just to roast you.
but Carrie, it started with you when you sent the money to roast me that time, and you was on the podcast.
I
with me.
wasn't the first one. I think it
I
was
about to say, I
Craig,
think it was
honestly, that
before that.
episode.
Yeah, I
but
think it was
it
Craig.
started.
I think it was Craig.
I
Yeah.
think
But
it
that's
started
how I
before
got the
that
idea.
episode.
Yeah,
Hey, what?
that's how I got the
But
idea,
when
to
they
be
saw
honest.
Carrie send the money and roast me, and she's sitting next to me on the podcast, people was like, "How the hell Carrie just donate to roast Jack Spade? She's just on the podcast with him."
It was funny though, Jack. In her
It was.
defense, it was quite funny. It was
It was.
hilarious. I was
Big
a
Low
fan.
Country said, "My favorite scary movie is Jack Spade,
Mm.
where a disgruntled lawn care worker stalks his boss because he only got a $5 tip. He yells, 'Sheesh!' in the
In
night.
the night.
In the night.
This is tough.
Mhm.
This is
That
tough.
is hilarious.
And for that, Big Low Country Sports, tomorrow when we play golf, I'm not going to help you find your golf ball. It's on you. So when it goes into the woods, you're going to have to go in there and get it this time. Last time you sent me in there a couple times, I ain't finna do that. So Big Low Country is on you, but the super chat is important. Big shout out to everybody. That just looks out for one time for the fan with the super chat. We don't want to yell in Carrie's ear, but everybody who's just been so supportive of one time for the fan. Chris, you know about this type of stuff. Even with Big Low Country super chat, it does go a long way because it's in support of one time for the fan. So thank you so much, Big Low Country, for this super chat, and T Will too as well, former ATO Sports, and Miss Carrie too as well. Like, this is from us to you. Thank you so much, man. We really definitely appreciate it. Big Low Country said, "I'm not going in the woods." Hey, Big Low, man.
That maniac's out there, Jack. You don't want to go in the woods.
Hey, I'm telling you right now, if I see a red balloon today floating in the air, I know I'm going back inside the house, locking myself in that room with that shotty. Big shout out.
Not with the shotty in the e-sport.
Hey, I'm not playing. I'll be on that PS5 in no time. Like, I'm not going outside today. Big shout out to Big Low Country Sports for that. Carrie's going to help us out beating Bodie on the Fantasy Football League, the Content Creator League. And now let's get back to some Falcons football because I'm sure Chris wants to talk about it. T Will in the chat wants to talk about it. Chris, a question that we asked the other day. This goes to you first. We'll go around the table here, and then we'll talk a little bit Falcons Patriots before we get up out of here. Got about 10 minutes left in the show, Falcons fans. 10 minutes. Set your 10-minute timers right now, Falcons fans. I can't miss this golf game. Playoffs or no?
Oh, man.
And we need your thoughts, Falcon fans. You heard it the other night on Wednesday, if you was in here. There were fans that were throwing in the towel. There were fans that were saying, you know what? I am done with this. I have seen enough. I'm just
throw in the damn towel.
I can't do this. They had that Rocky moment. I need to let y'all know, Falcon fans. What do y'all think about this team? Because you know me, I'm a believer. I'm a believer.
Then I saw her face.
Right.
That's tough.
Oh, wow.
That's
I'm
tough.
a believer. That's a part of the
What you
song.
talking about? That's a song.
That's making me
That's a
Yeah.
not
song.
believe listening to that.
That's
That's a
tough.
Oh, now I
song.
understand that though. I
Just
do.
like the Dolphins, you just gotta put a bag over it, T. Will. Falcon fans,
That's a
playoffs or nah?
song. Oh my
Playoffs,
goodness.
playoffs or nah? Hey, it's a spooky Friday here, right? We're talking little Falcons, right? It's a little fright fest here.
This is a scary topic right here.
Scary times. I mean, we haven't even got back to Falcons Patriots, which is going to be a tough game too as well. But Chris, playoffs or nah? Your thoughts? You can go over this season. You can go back to training camp. You can go to the rest of the schedule. Your thoughts, Chris? Chat. Playoffs or nah? Are you throwing in the towel? Let's go to A1. Then we'll get to Miss Carey and T. Will. A1.
All right. Well, I'm not throwing in the towel. I will say that. I'm not throwing in the towel. There's still a lot of football left, and it's still an opportunity to get it together. It's all about, will we get it together? Can we get it together? Can we stay healthy? You know, we're dealing with a lot of injuries. If y'all seen that limited participation just for this game, as far as in practice goes, practice and everything, it's a lengthy list. So, I mean, it's all a part about, you know, injuries and everything, but if we don't get it together, guys, I mean, we're not gonna see the playoffs. Let's just keep it real. The offense has got to start moving the ball at a consistent rate without the predictability, without the stalling. The offensive line has to play better. The offense really just has to get it together all the way. I'm not worried about the defense. Only thing I'm worried about is overexerting the defense and having injuries to our defense because they're on the field so much. So I want to get back to games to where we won all 3 games, victory formation, because we executed properly. And I want to do that on a consistent basis. If we can do that, I feel like we can still save this season. But if we cannot, then we're not going to make it, because you look at the back end of this schedule, you know, we got the Colts next, and then after that, you got a couple divisional games coming up. I know the Cardinals on the list, but you still have the Rams you have to play. I know the Seahawks, exactly. So that's what I'm saying, man. You look at the schedule, you don't have a lot of room for error to keep picking up losses, especially when you have the Bucks who are doing well. You have the Carolina Panthers who are ahead of us right now. You know, so guys, we got to get on the horse and we got to get out here in this race, because if not, I'm telling you, it's going to be yet an 8th season without a playoffs, and that's going to be just so heartbreaking. Seriously.
That's definitely the truth there, Chris. T. Will, let's get to you before we get to Carrie. So I'm going to ask Carrie another question too as well regarding the playoffs and the schedule and, of course, Sunday's game. So T. Will, quick Waffle House moment for you. Playoffs or nah? Are you throwing in the towel?
I can't throw in the towel on my beloved Atlanta Falcons. But playoffs, I mean, that's it depends on if this coaching staff can humble itself, right? I mean, because let's be honest, that display that we saw last week was bad. Can we make the playoffs? Yes, we can win 7 games of the remaining 10. We can even win 8 games. We have the talent to do it, but we need to humble ourselves and create game plans that are scheme centric and that will work. And we need to come in prepared. That's one. The other thing is, I think that Raheem Morris needs to gather his coaches for a coaches only meeting. And I think he needs to tell them this. I think he needs to say, I tell you this, in any fight, it's the guy who's willing to die who's going to win that inch. And I know if I'm going to have any life anymore, it's because I'm still willing to fight and die for that inch, because that's what living is. The 6 inches in front of your face. Now, I can't make you do it, Zach Robinson. I can't make you do it, Ulrich. You got to look at the guy next to you. Look into his eyes. Now, I think you're going to see a guy who's willing to go that inch with you. You're going to see a guy who will sacrifice himself for this team, because he knows when it comes down to it, you're going to do that for him. At the end of the day, guys, either we will live as a team or we will die as individuals.
I love that right there. But Country said he was with you until you say you're gonna look into his eyes. Then that's what Country just lost you right there. He was like, "Hey, hold on here, my brother." Carrie, we got a super. I'm sorry, we got a super chat here coming up in just a minute, but we got to get to Miss Carrie. Carrie, we talked about this the other day. Playoffs or bust? Are you throwing in the towel? Let's look ahead to see this Patriot game coming up. But your thoughts, Carrie, because we need a winning streak. We need something to get back on track, and it should start Sunday against a tough team like the New England Patriots. Carrie, the floor is yours.
I'm not ever gonna throw in the towel, like I said Wednesday. I'm the girl on Jerry Springer with her no good man. That's my man, and I must stand beside him. So that's me and the Falcons. I'm not even gonna lie to
Thugging
you.
it out.
So
Oh
yeah,
man.
I mean, I'm gonna stick beside him. So it is what it is. Whether he's treating me well, he's treating me terrible, I'm gonna be next to him. But um, yeah, I mean, it's real unfortunate, right? Because kind of like what T Will said, for me, it's all about coaching. We have the players. This team is very inconsistent this season, and I think 100% that's coaching. You know, like I mentioned earlier, we play up to our competition, we play down to our competition. In my opinion, that's not getting your players prepared to be ready for every single team, every single Sunday. So, that being said, there is 10 games left. There's a lot of football left, but you have to win at least 7 of those. And again, right now the NFC is very tough. I don't even know if 10 and 7 gets you in to the wild card. But you have to at least go 7 and 3. Right now, I don't know that our team can do that. Because again, we lose to teams that you think they're going to beat, and possibly win games that people, think that you're not going to win. So this team's very inconsistent. To get us over the hump and to get that win streak going, like you mentioned, Jack, because we haven't had a win streak more than 2 games.
Mm.
I would say, maybe to Terry's point, this coaching staff really needs to come together and I don't know. They need to figure it out and quick because we're already halfway through the season, honestly, and you're still having issues that should have been figured out prior to the season. And we're still having trouble with in-game adjustments. I mean, you're seeing things on a weekly basis happen that are head scratchers, like, when you call a timeout and then you have to get a delay of game and then you're getting blown out by bat. I remember when the Panthers game happened, everybody told me, okay, well, that kind of was a wake-up call for our players, and then we went on to beat the Commanders and the Bills. Okay, well, that's fine, but
Right.
then you do it again against the Dolphins. So to me, it, it either wasn't a wake-up call or this team, I don't know, is very frustrating to me. I think that I'm just not confident, in my opinion, that the coaching staff will turn it around, although I hope they do. And the reason I say that is because, you have Raheem yesterday coming out saying that this is the best offense since 2016 when we went to the Super Bowl, when we could put up 30 plus points on anybody. And right now we're averaging 10 points a game away. We're bottom 3 in scoring as far as an offense. This team, as far as offensively, needs a lot of work.
Right.
And he also went on to say that him and Zach Robinson have done a good job in the last 2 years, and again, I would say this to his face, respectfully, I don't agree with you, sir,
Mm.
because we have not had I mean, tell me if I'm wrong. Right now, in his 2 seasons he's been here, uh, last season, we didn't go to the playoffs, again, didn't have a winning record. And you're honestly, unless things turn around and quick, you're on the track to do the same exact thing, which is so unfortunate because fans want to win. But right now we're 11 and 13 under Raheem, and we've had 5 losses by at least 20 points, which
Mm.
that's 20% of your games under him. That's just not good. Um, so I don't know if it's like they're trying to convince themselves when they say things like that to the media, or they're like delusional. I truly don't know because in my humble opinion, there's no way you could tell me that you're doing a good job with the current state of the offense, the current state of the team.
And
the
Carrie, you did
scheme, the
mention
play
something.
calling. Like, I was shocked when I heard that he said that. I thought that was fake news, but it in fact, unfortunately, is true. So
You did say something important too as well in the chat when we were talking earlier. The Falcons are 3-0 when Bijan gets more than 15 carries. 3-1 when Tyler Algier gets more than 10 carries. 2-0 when Tyler Algier gets more than 15 carries. And Sunday they combined with 13 carries between the both of them. I think Bijan had 9. Tyler had a couple his runs. I don't even know if Nathan Carter had a run too as well. But you said
he did.
unacceptable. But you said you're gonna stick by him like that Jerry Springer moment. So it's kind of like Carrie said. She knows her man's gonna pay the bill. She just don't know when he's gonna pay the bill. Right.
Mm.
So it's
Hey,
that's tough.
Jack, not to cut you off, but it's that time again, my friend. We got a super chat.
Don't yell into the mic. Super chat.
Super chat.
Love it.
There you go.
Love it.
Who we got?
Love
Sorry,
it.
guys,
It is.
your ears are hurting.
It is.
No.
Sorry about that, A1. We got a super chat from my guy, Ladarius Brown, and his band of renown. He says, I would like to roast Terry because I have an image to maintain, as Terry's got to cool it on that singing for my ears. Also, I believe in the Falcons. Well, hey, Ladarius, we appreciate you believing in the Falcons. And as far as that other thing, nobody's perfect. Nobody's perfect. But we appreciate the super chat, Ladarius. We appreciate you, brother. Yes, we do. Go ahead.
Hey,
sorry.
Super chats from Big Little Country. Super chats from Ladarius Brown. T will hopefully will not be singing for the rest of the show. But there was a Saints fan. There was a Saints fan that commented on the past show too as well. Said they loved the show, everything that we got going on. They love having Miss Carrie on the show too as well. But it said, Terry, you got to cool it down on the cursing, man. You doing something over there. You cursing. You talking up a curse storm or something like that. I tried to go back and listen to it, and I was like, when was Terry's? I think you said when he was mad at number 40. I think you dropped the A. You dropped, you caught him.
He's been tough on 40, man.
Was that on Lowe's show?
I think it was on Lowe's show, but they commented on our show too as well. It was like they loved the show though, but Terry's got to cool it down a little bit, So
I mean, if I did, I apologize. I don't know that
he added the respectfully at the end though, guys.
Yeah, but I don't know that I was that profane on Lowe's show.
I mean, you said number 40 is ass, respectfully.
Did I say ass or ass tag?
That's tough, T-Will.
Okay. I'm asking. It was a question. So you know what? It's interesting you say that, Jack. Scott and I, as you know, have a show called What the Falcon Home.
Shout out, Scott.
Shout out to Scott Karasik, like Jurassic. And Scott went in on Bertrand yesterday, as did Trayshawn, as did Damsky. So it wasn't just me. Okay. It wasn't just me. All right. But I don't remember using profane language. So if I did to that gentleman or lady or whomever comment, I profusely apologize. I know my mom is pissed at me in heaven because she never liked the swears. She didn't like
was number 40's family member. So
tough.
I mean, hey man, look it. I hope they watch the game because if they did, they know I didn't tell any lies. So what? You thought I was gonna back down? What? No. Okay, whatever.
Let's hit that like.
What do young folks say, Jack? What do young folks say? I said what I said.
Sheesh. What about Juicy say? You standing on business?
I'm standing on business, Jack.
Gosh, brother. Falcon fans, hit that like, share, and subscribe button. Carrie, before you get up out of here, let's find out. I know you saw that Drewski skit the other day. That joke was hilarious. And I drove past when they was filming it. I had no idea what they were doing. Sure enough, he puts the video out, and it's like, bro, Drewski's just hilarious. Ms. Carrie, Falcons, Patriots, how do we beat them? What do we need to do to get the job done? We're back Sunday night at 8 talking Falcons football. Win or lose, and hopefully it's more so the win. But Carrie, what can we do? I know we got some stuff to take care of. We want to see this team win. Carrie, you're a positive Falcon fan. You give the fan base so much to think about, when it comes to before the game, during the game, after the game. And now with you, of course, being on this podcast here, One Time for the Fan, you spoke so highly of this Atlanta Falcons team for the past couple months. We got to hear you do it again, Carrie. What can we do to go beat the New England Patriots?
So We can beat them. Just depends, like I mentioned, like which team shows up, right? So hopefully they come out prepared. In New England, it's not going to be easy. I mean, this New England team is very well coached and they're playing at a high level. Drake May is playing at a very high level right now. Um, their offense in their last two games have put up 30 plus points. Falcons last two games have put up 10 points. So you're gonna have to you're gonna have to score probably 30 points against this New England team in order to win. So we're gonna need everybody playing at the highest level. This is a New England defense that's allowing 17 points a game, I believe. Their rush defense is very good.
Number 2 in the league,
Which
right?
number 2 in the league, but they're number
Right.
1 in the league against wide zone defense. So with, for example, with Bijan, we like to run that wide zone. So they're only allowing 1.4 yards per carry on wide
They
zone.
haven't
So
given up a 50-yard game or something like that, apparently, too, as well,
50
to a
yard
running back.
rushing to any running back. And they only have given up 22 points once in 8 games. So they're only allowing 3 yards per carry on average, which is tied for best in the league. I'm very nervous, I'm not going to lie to you, because in my opinion, to get this game going, we're not going to just be able to depend on Bijan being the, superstar that he is. I don't know if you guys saw yesterday in New England's practice, they had 3 guys wearing number 7.
Right.
Okay,
Yeah,
and
they did.
they're
They're
They're prepared
preparing.
for
they're
Bijan.
preparing, well-coached team. They're preparing very well for Bijan, and like I said, they have one of the best run defenses in the league. We just faced the Miami Dolphins, who have the worst run defense in the league, where Bijan had less than 50 yards, so rushing. So yes, I'm very worried because it's not going to be easy to get the run game going, but in order to win this game, we're going to have everybody, firing on all cylinders. We're going to have to get that passing attack going. I saw Mooney was full participant in practice yesterday, so that's a good sign. So hopefully we can get that deep ball going. And yeah, they're gonna dare us to throw the ball, and that's what we're gonna have to do. I'm hoping Penix is gonna be able to play as well as Drake. They're both limited in practice. We have a lot of guys limited in practice: Algier, Pitts, Zach Harrison. So just to name a few. But yeah, in my opinion, we got to get the passing game going. We can't only rely on the run game because their run defense is very, very good.
Right.
And this is a New England team on a 5-game win streak, so they're trying to make it 6.
Hey,
And I
Kerry, I
think
don't mean to cut you off. The Dolphins just parted ways with their GM.
And you know what's next?
So maybe they're gonna
You know
part
what's
ways with
next.
their coach, which means you know what that
Our
means.
new
guys.
OC.
Yes.
I mean,
It's
I wouldn't
crazy.
celebrate too
Offensive
early
crazy.
because
coordinator, consultant,
Hey,
whatever.
Hey, but that's crazy because like the GM, according to Dolphins fans, the GM has been the problem the entire time.
Was it the GM that just said he's not getting ready to let go of Mike McDaniels like a couple days ago? Or who was that spoke up about not letting go of Mike McDaniels? Somebody did over in the organization.
Well,
But he's gone. GM's gone. You know what's
he
going to happen
just
after that? Mike
he just
McDaniels is
got
probably
promoted to- he just got promoted to super all-time fan. So hey,
McDaniels is probably packing up his stuff right now because you
Could
can't
be.
go out there. And they said yesterday on the press conference, he sounded like he was drunk from some of the fans that were talking. And he said 137 times. Who actually counts that? That he
The
says
coach?
137 times.
the coach or the GM?
that's
The
kind of
coach,
weird.
So
McDaniels.
They said the
that's
coach
weird to
sounded
count
like he
that.
was drunk.
I mean, there was some fans that were talking about it because the way he was explaining like what happened, and
I
Mike
gotta see
McDaniels,
this interview.
he went in that room like, well, red zone defense and red zone targets.
I gotta see it.
And this Mike
I gotta
McDaniel is
see
at like the lowest point of his Miami Dolphins coaching career right now. So with the GM gone now, fans booing. They were booing every single play. Even when they got a first down, fans were booing. So that could have been us on Sunday, whooping up on the Dolphins and getting their GM fired right there, flying back to Miami. And I think, there's going to be some changes happening there. But they're firing their GM in the middle of the season.
Hey, man.
They're done with it.
Yeah. Hey, Jack, it's that
organization.
We got a super chat.
What?
From
Another
Monica.
super chat.
Super
Carrie?
chat.
Love
Carrie,
it,
you whisper.
Carrie.
Hold on, Carrie, you're
Love
whispering
it.
this, Carrie. Hold on, what's going on?
Love it.
I don't know. I'm just trying to look out for people's ears. I'm just saying.
She's not a yeller, Jack. She's just not a
I'm
yeller.
not. My
Also,
voice is real
Travis
soft
Hunter.
spoken anyway.
Like if you
Travis
make
Hunter is
IR,
more
if
than
you
IR.
make Carrie yell, watch out.
Right.
Right. Yeah.
Because she's so quiet. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like my wife is not a yeller.
Right.
So if you make my wife yell, and I can tell you from
Shout out to
personal
Kim.
experience, it is not a good thing,
The
man.
Falcons have to win, and Carrie will be jumping around and going crazy and just screaming at the top
Oh,
of her
that's
lungs.
yelling
but-
in a good way. I'm talking
Right.
like mad enough to yell. Woo,
Right.
boy.
I haven't even seen Carrie upset. Like I've seen Carrie go at it with a couple people like on social media, but not to a point
Well,
where she's going to be furious. But
no,
Carrie,
and
do you
it
even
takes a
get
lot to
upset?
get
Do you
me
ever
mad.
like
Yes,
cuss
I
people
definitely
out?
do. I'm not perfect. I mean, no, I don't really cuss people out. I mean, I don't really cuss, but I've been cussing a little bit at my TV, towards the head
Oh
coach and the
shit,
offensive
Carrie.
coordinator lately. I'm not gonna lie. That Dolphins game made me so angry. I'm not even kidding. Like, it's very rough. So, recommend therapy, recommend meditation, going for a walk, touching grass, whatever you gotta do, Falcons fans,
Play
to keeping
golf.
your mental health at bay because, man, these Falcons, well, they'll probably go and win in New England, and I hope they do because, like I said, I think this is a must-win game. We have to win
Agreed.
7 out of 10 games, which is
Yeah.
not going to be easy.
Right.
And I think it's going to come down to the coaching staff, like I mentioned. And I'm
Mm.
hoping they kind of like, I don't know what you want to call it. I think I said a coming to God moment the other day, but I just mean like they need to have a real wake up call, like look in the mirror and see, like, I'm not perfect. I have no reason to be arrogant. I have no reason to say I'm doing a great job when my team is 3-4
Yeah.
and the trajectory that they're on, they're going to miss the playoffs and have another losing season. And getting
Yep.
embarrassed twice in one season is just unacceptable, in my opinion, with the talent we have. So hopefully they get back to, winning. This is our first time losing back-to-back games this season. So hopefully they can start getting back to winning because it's not going to be an easy game in Germany against the Colts. So I just really hope that we score first and early because I don't know if you guys got a chance to look at that graph I send you, but the Falcons do very well in the first quarter, and as the game goes on, we start slipping. So we need to
Mhm.
score early in this game on Sunday
Right.
to kind of get the
Yeah,
momentum going. So
didn't need to
yeah,
see a graph to see to notice that. I'm gonna lie
true,
to you.
It
true,
was
true.
said I'm at the games. I clearly see it right there on the field, right in front of everybody. But yeah, that's tough. That's tough that the
True.
Falcons after the first quarter is starting to look like I used to say that about the Hawks a long time ago. If the game ended in the third quarter, the Hawks would be the best team in the league. But
Mm.
Yeah.
it's different times now, man. So hopefully the
And
Falcons can get it right. Carrie, if you have to go, if you want to give your shout outs, that's cool. If you want to stick around, we're still talking Falcons for like another 5 more minutes or so.
yeah.
It's on you.
Okay, yeah. Appreciate you guys for having me. Shout out to you, Jack. Shout out to T Will. Shout out to you, Chris, everyone in the chat, Big Low. Thank you all for, joining us. Happy Halloween to everyone out there in the world. Stay safe. And man, Zach Robinson, I need you to figure something out and quick because this Falcons offense is looking like a nightmare right now. Uh, and I'm gonna need you to figure it out because it's rough out here. 3 games out of 7 with 10 points or fewer with this talent.
Mhm.
Going into the season, we talked about how this offense was gonna be the focal point of this team, and this was gonna be the side of the ball that we weren't gonna be worried about. And little did we know it's the opposite. So man, I just hope we can get back to winning on Sunday. Otherwise, it's not going to be looking good because I remember heading into this past Sunday's game, we said it was a must-win game against Miami. So we're going to see a few players that we're familiar with in Austin Hooper, Matt Collins.
Jalen
Uh,
Hawkins.
yes, 3 players that we're familiar with. So I'm just hoping we can get to Drake May, who's playing at a high level, and we come out on offense looking real good and scoring early because we're going to have to keep up with this New England offense who's averaging 30 points plus a game. So
Right.
thank you guys for having me. I hope everyone has a blessed day. And
Well, Carrie, did you want to get to your shout outs? Because he gets wet back in on the Falcons again.
Well, I'm shouting out the Falcons. That was part of my shout out, and I already shouted you guys out. So, anyways, have a great day. Happy Halloween, everyone. Peace.
Zach Robinson on the canoe, like, goodbye, Kerry. I'll talk to you later. Last year was Jimmy Lake, man. Anytime we'd mention Jimmy Lake, the connection get all bad. The year before that, or a couple years before that, we mentioned Desmond Ritter. Podcast won't even go live. Why are we not going live? He's sitting there holding the cord. We're not going live today. One time for the fan.
It's crazy. As soon as you said Desmond Ritter, StreamYard started doing something weird just then. See, that's crazy.
I know. I saw that. You saw that? I saw that in one. I was sitting there watching, like, did I just mess that up? Could it be Zach Robinson? Remember that Scooby-Doo meme where you pull off the mask and let's find out who you really are?
And I would have gotten away with it if it wasn't for you meddlesome kids.
Zach Ritter with the playbook.
Rocky.
That's bad. That's real bad.
Hit that like, share, and subscribe button for the super chat.
Super chat.
T-Will, this one's for you, man. What's going on here?
Whoever said that boy T-Will can shove it. It's Scorpio season and he on demon time. So go Falcons. Happy Halloween. Hey, man, y'all give it up for my guy, man. That's my guy. That's my dude. Carlo out there in Texas, out there kicking ass and taking names. Hey, man, be careful out there, Carlo. Good to see you. Enjoy your Halloween, brother. But that's my guy, man. I rock with Carlo. I rock with Carlo. That is my guy.
Shout out to 82 Monte Carlo. You know, I'm a old school Atlanta cat. So that 82 Monte Carlo, when we hear that thing floating up the street.
Yeah.
Boy.
And you know what? He builds cars. He works on cars. Because I think he told me and Kerry on another show he's got 2 that he's working on. So
okay.
Yeah, it's kind of dope.
Bro, we can go back to them old Atlanta days when I used to pull up at Central Station with that 73. Hey, yo, Jack, what's happening? What's happening, cuz? Pull it on there, boy. Peeling out on them, boy. They used to be like, hey, my boy had the canary yellow. I had a 73 Donk, jet black, money green interior. That thing sitting clean, 350 big block, flooding on that. My boy had the 69 canary yellow drop top with the bumblebee on the side. I'm sorry, no, with the Tweety bird on the side. Acting up. Wait, boy, we look like Transformers flying down 20. The cat, hey, we be on the highway. You see police over there with the little speedometer, the little gun stuff. They be like, just like this. Nah, let them go. Them cars too clean. Let them go. Just let them go. Can't believe I sold that whip too, man. Falcon fans, hit that like, share, and subscribe button, man. Super chats from Big Low Country. Super chats from Ladarius Brown. Super chat from 82 Monte Carlo, man. It's going down in the major way. It's Halloween. I don't know if y'all going out there to any parties tonight. If y'all watching some scary movies and just relaxing with the fam, just chilling. But thank you all for being here today talking Falcons football. Let's get to the rest of the fans in the stands. Say our what's ups. We'll say our shout outs. We'll go ahead and wrap this thing on up. Because we back Sunday night. Falcon fans. So Ray's in the chat. Big shout out to Ray. Talking Falcons football with us. Robert Blackman's here in the chat too as well. Talking Falcons football with us. And every single fan, if we haven't got to all your comments, it's deep in here. It's deep in here. I'm looking at a lot of people watching right now. It is deep in here. But we love our team. We love our Falcons, man. Online Tuna checking in from where? New Zealand. You know we got to put what's going on online Tuna. What up, everyone? Been out a while. 4:30 a.m. here. Awake because my baby been sick. Hey. We hope that your baby is going to be okay.
Definitely hope your baby's feeling better online.
Definitely hope your baby's feeling better online, Tuna. Out there, New Zealand checking in with us. Hey, man, 5 minutes, 2 minutes, 3, it doesn't matter how many. It could be 30 seconds for you just to drop in and say what's up to us. Thank you so much, online Tuna, man. Your support definitely doesn't go unnoticed, man. Thank you so much. He also says we got this game against the Pats. Can only beat good teams. Well, let's go beat another good team. And the following week, let's go beat another one. So big shout out.
You need it.
We do definitely need it. Big shout out to everybody here. talking Falcons football with us. Debo Vibes, awesome show as always. Good luck to the players in the fantasy football league. Except T Will, I'm gonna get you, bro. God, Debo. Hey, Debo Vibes did a great job breaking down that instant replay, though. He was like, I don't want to be on Debo Vibes show. And he slowed it down. I don't want to be on Debo. Man, that shit was epic.
Well, you keep that same energy, Debo, when I whoop that ass, boy. Keep that same. I want you to slow it down. I thought I was gonna beat T Will.
Hold on, let me move the comment. Hold on, let me move this off the screen because he's getting ready to clip it. So go ahead. What'd you say, T Will?
I thought I was gonna beat T Will. I want you to do it just like that. Do it just like that, Debo.
Hey, Debo Vibes, put me in there too. Put me in there too, dog. Hey, put me in there too.
When I bust that head to the white meat, boy. When I bust that head to the white meat.
Hey, John.
They're gonna. Hey, when you go into the hospital,
y'all boys are like Will and his homeboy when he was trying to get in the video.
We do. He's right. Hey,
Fresh
Debo, when you get this ass whooping, boy, let me tell you something. They're gonna take you first in line when you go in that hospital. You ain't gonna have to wait. That's how much white meat your head gonna be showing, boy.
What?
Let's go.
Hey, Silk Legacy scared me earlier. He said he talking about this shadow behind me, and I've been watching that so I've been looking back just to make sure I don't see that balloon. I hope I don't see that balloon. Yeah, we got Big Little Country in here talking. DSGB Hall's in here talking. He said, "Clip that." Got it. Clip that. Hey, man, it's going down in a major way, man. We talked Falcons football, talked a little bit of Falcons Dolphins, talked some Falcons Patriots, favorite scary movie, favorite scary TV show. We went back into the past, kind of scare y'all a little bit. Some of y'all probably scared to go to sleep tonight watching these Freddy movies, man. He'll get you. I remember that one scene where the dude was watching the TV. He was in the bed. Next thing you know, Freddy get whoop, pulled his ass right into that goddamn dream world, destroyed his ass. But it's great to have Falcon fans in here talking Falcons football with us. Because we love this, man. That's what it's all about. From beginning of the show to the end of the show, and of course now it is time to end the show. Chris Tip, man, we definitely appreciate you stopping by talking Falcons, man, because you keep it real on your channel. A lot of fans know who you are, and now is your opportunity to let fans know who you are that do not know who you are. That avatar on your screen is not you. That is the overlay. So I don't want people looking like, is that Chris with that damn skeleton? That is not Chris. It is Halloween, right? So
that was added by Jack Spade right there.
So, hey, man, what's up? Where can we find you, man? Give you shout outs, man. Go ahead and take whatever time you need to go ahead and get your point across, my brother.
Oh, well, again, of course, we said must win on Sunday versus the Dolphins, just to get that against, a 1-6 team at the time, but we did not execute on that. Here's another opportunity for the Falcons to right the ship. It's not going to be easy, but hey, as a Falcon fan, when is it ever?
Right.
So we're going to have to go up there in Foxborough and finally get a win against a team we haven't beaten since 1998. We have to. I know we don't play them much, so that's another reason why.
Since when?
1998. So
man, that sounds like some college shit. What?
I mean, you take in consideration we don't play the Patriots, that often, but still, yeah. It's been a long time since we beat the New England Patriots, man. And here's another opportunity in 2025 to do such. And also, I think we're going to have to attack their passing game. But the one way to get to the passing game is we're going to have to run the ball. I know it's going to be tough. Their defensive line is pretty stout. But we're going to have to be the more physical team this week. I mean, they've been talking about getting your manhood tested and stuff like that. Okay, well, let's see what you go out here and do. You're going to have to go out here and execute. Overall,
Ulbrich said it. The more physical team is going to win this game.
Yeah, and we got to go out there and take it to them. I mean, we got to be better on the road. This is an opportunity to continue to improve on the road and just improve this team. We just got to have it. It's just like you cannot start to go into a spiral at all, but especially like right now, still a lot of season left, but that season can, at the snap of a finger, can turn around and you look up and there's 8 games left, but you're out of playoff contention. So, yeah, man, just got to work the numbers because mathematically you don't want to be out of the playoff contention because just like Harry said earlier, the NFC is being more so, do you having some teams that's rising that you didn't see necessarily? Remember, we did the schedule releases. We looked at some teams and we were like, oh, no, they got this going on. They got that going on. But
Yep.
the season, of course, as it always does, playing out in a totally different way. And we
Right.
got to keep pacing not only this NFC South, but also, the conference as well. So, again, we just need to get the execution out there and win the time of possession. Yes, we'll be on the road. Yes, it's going to be hostile. Yes, you're going to hit a 28-3s if you're a Falcon fan and you're up there in Foxborough going to that game. You just got to kind of, put on your tough skin because they're going to be coming at you and they're going to be coming at these Falcons just all overall. They want to get this win and go on to have a 6-game win streak. But we gotta break them down, man. We have to get this win. We have to. But
Right.
outside of that, though, for me, man, A1 Forever Sports, that's the platform on YouTube. Please come over, like, comment, subscribe, become a part of the A1 Forever family. Also, Hawks Digest, catch me over there as well. The Hawks have just started. Still waiting on the MRI results for Trey Young because he went down with a knee sprain. So still waiting on the full results from that. So stay tuned for that. But come on over and be a part of the Hawks Digest media family as well. Twitter A1 Forever, Instagram A1 Forever, and the real A1 Forever on TikTok. Appreciate you guys for having me on. It's always fun, kicking it with the one-timers. And shout out to the chat, man, because without the chat, none of our shows or platforms or anything. So please make sure you're hitting that like button to help us and, commenting, sharing, all the good things like that, just, to help us all get out there.
That's right. Hey, big shout out A1 Forever. Like I said, he's been on the channel more than Bodie. So big shout out to everybody who's in here talking Falcons football with us. Chris, man, thank you so much for joining us. And of course, this is not your last time on the channel. You'll definitely be back here on the channel. Will, former ATO Sports, one time for the fan, man. What you got, brother? Kerry gave her shout outs. A1 gave his shout outs. What my boy Will got over here, man, on this Halloween Friday.
And it's Halloween Friday. First and foremost, hey man, shout out to A1 for joining us, brother, as always. But it's like when family comes around, you know what I mean? So it's not like he's a special guest, even though he is. It's like your favorite cousin coming over. So it's all good. A1, we appreciate you, brother. To everybody who joined the chat, appreciate y'all. Thank God for y'all. Y'all could have been anywhere in the world. You chose to be with us. Appreciate that. As always, we love talking Falcons with you. Hey man, come check your boy out at For My ATL Sports 1 on YouTube and For My ATL Movies 1. Kerry and I may be doing a show later on today. We may not be, but Jordan and I are definitely doing a show tomorrow, I believe, on Spider-Man 3 in the MCU universe at For My ATL Movies. Hey man, Jack Spade, Eric Parker, thank you for giving my start in this business. And want to thank God. And one other thing I had to say, and I can't remember what it was, so I'm not going to stress about it. Jack, you have an amazing day, sir. And yeah, thank you, everybody.
I definitely will have an amazing day as I'll be on the golf course shortly. Don't care if it's 63, 64, 59, 58 degrees. Once that sun is out, the clubs come out. Mike McDaniel will remain the Dolphins head coach for the rest of the season. So it looks like the GM was the start of the problem, and we'll see how the Dolphins react to that. Don't know if he'll keep his job going through that, but it's just disappointing how a team that beat us Sunday got wiped out yesterday, and now they're starting to make changes within the organization. But T-Will had to drop. Thank you so much, everybody here on the channel, for talking Falcons football with us. A lot of new faces here on the channel today, too, as well. Head over to YouTube. Right, head over to YouTube, hit the notification on that subscribe, so that way you can know, what One Time for the Fan is doing, videos that we post, shorts, and all the other type of stuff too as well. I see 82 Money Call on A1's talking about them old schools too as well. Hey, we'll y'all want to pull them old schools back out? I'll go buy one right now. Not just playing, but I love my 73 Impala, man. I treated that Joker like my baby, man, and then just over a period of time of just getting, different cars and all that different type of stuff, man, I just had to make a decision. And the 73 Impala was one I had to get rid of. My boy who bought it in South Carolina, though, he set that thing up, man. He got a 73 Impala, and then he got a 73 Caprice too as well. So he set both of them up. He sent me pictures of it with the 24s, 26s, whatever he had on there with the engine scoop out of it and everything. He painted it over red and everything. put a brown top on there too as well. I had a hard top, but he painted the top brown. He gave that one, I think, to his wife, or that one was his. I can't remember which one he did, but just shout out to everybody talking Falcons football with us once again. Every single person in the chat, everybody who's watching, everybody who's listening, everybody who didn't comment. If you want to come back Sunday and drop a comment, go right ahead. You know what we do here on One Time for the Fan when we say from the fan for the fan. And regardless of what the record is and how certain fans may feel about the team, if you're watching right now, if you're still watching, if you're listening, just drop a rise up in the chat, right? Just follow my lead right here real quick, right? Which what we gonna do, right? We still love the Atlanta Falcons, man. Regardless if they win, regardless if they lose, we're gonna put our colors on. We're gonna go represent anywhere, no matter where it is. I was talking Falcons football at Kroger the other day. Your boy Deezy walked up to me like, ain't you Jack Spade from One Time for the Fan? Because, I don't know if it's the voice or just the look or what it is, but he knows that this Falcon hat, this Falcon shirt, I rock this team, man. I rock with the logo. That's what it's all about here. Being, a diehard Falcon fan. Same for the Hawks fans, same for the Braves fans, same for Atlanta United, Georgia Bulldog fans. It don't matter, man. We definitely represent for our team. And once again, if you're here, if you're listening, if you're watching, just drop a rise up in the chat. That's how we're going to start ending our shows too as well, with a rise up in the chat. So we can have this, not really an argument, but we can have this great conversation about what the team needs to do and what they've done wrong and how they need to get better. And, fans don't come into the chat and argue. And that's not what we do here at One Time for the Fan, but we do have some really good topics to go over. And we do talk about the Falcons in a positive way because we don't want to see the team lose. I don't want to give a score prediction too as well. I'm just going to go out there and say the Falcons should win on Sunday. Fans in the chat have mentioned it that, we beat good teams. Well, we got 2 good teams coming up, so let's go beat them. We match up well against some of the better opponents. Well, let's go out there and match up against them. If we play the same way against the Commanders and the Bills, we should come away with wins because we beat the Commanders and we beat the Bills. Quentin Lavender is even in the chat too as well. Quint, you're at the end of the show, big dog. You're at the end of the show. But take some time out of your day just to chop through it later on. We got some really good topics and some points that we were putting out there for the Falcon fans, and you can see the comments on the screen. Quentin's been here for a long time with One Time for the Fans, so he already knows how we rock, man. But yeah, just go ahead and drop. You see Monte Carlo, just go ahead and drop a rise up in the chat if you still rock with the Atlanta Falcons, man. Big shout out to A1 Forever. Big shout out to Bodie 3000, man. Big shout out to Miss Carrie, not the one from the movie, the one from One Time for the Fan. But big shout out to T Will, former ATO Sports, One Time for the Fan. All the content creators that's out there, talking Falcons football in a major way. Shout out to you all. And of course, if you're just going to go out there and enjoy your day on Halloween, just be safe. There's probably some people out there trying to do some Halloween trouble and all that other stuff. Just stay away from that. If you see some, say some. But, we're growing up, and, how these times are these days. We want to make sure, we look out for, friends and family and so forth. So for Falcon fans across the world, people that's checking in from Nevada to Cali to Texas to North Carolina to Atlanta to overseas, people that's on the way to Foxborough right now to head up to Massachusetts to get ready to go watch us beat the Patriots. Shout out to you all, wherever you're watching or listening to the show. I thank you all for being here with us. And of course, One Time for the Fan is from the fan for the fan. And it's just Falcon fans talking Falcons football on a Falcons Friday. My boy Chris is up out of here. Hey, I'm finna go get ready for this golf game. Y'all have a great one, and we'll see y'all Sunday night at 8 o'clock.